welcome back to the channel and another MCC news. Since the last 24 hours, I've had a lot of bad luck, including my glands swelling up and throat. Anyway, I'm going to continue on to do some MCC news. Yes, I've got a hot drink, which is going to help me through. And yes, it's got penguins on. It's friggin' adorable. Just roll with it. But let's get into these stories, because a lot has happened in the last 24 hours, with the new update not being as smooth as we might have hoped. So our first story, and not exclusive to Angela, but this is something that seems to be an issue. A lot of people and a lot of players are posting a big change in the way that your character is responding to your actions. So obviously when you're swiping, dashing and those kind of things. And at the same time, the way that the AI is being a little bit too erratic. It's like the AI knows your next move. And I'm not saying obviously that's based on players saying, oh yeah, well, you know, that means they're bad at the game. No, there does seem to be a little bit of an issue when it comes to this. And it seems I'm not alone in that thought process, as well as this article here, exclusively about Angela, but not kind of like specific to. A lot of players are feeling the real issue since going from the previous update to here. With regards to arenas, questing, it seems the AI is incredibly erratic when you're going up against any enemy. And I don't know what that's really attributed to. It could be devices and it could be some other stuff at play. But in particular, like my experience, I'm using an iPhone, like an iOS, current iOS, as well as it's an iPhone 7 Plus. A lot of people are experiencing this on Android. So, you know, it's not just Angela. There's other things at play that are making people's experiences with this update a little bit worse than we've had in recent times. And if you've experienced any kind of update issues or problems with your characters, then please put it in the forum post, or make a new forum post, because this one's about Angela, but I think it's more widespread than we might think. So remember to put it on the forum post, put your device, and then just put the post in. Our next story, and probably the one that's most important, has been recommended for me to cover for the last 24 hours whilst I've been sleeping. So you got your wish, like, and you know, I do feel for you, I really do. And that is all about the T-Mobile downage issues. At the moment, people on T-Mobile cannot access the game, and that's really, really sad and disappointing. Kabam have said they've been working through the night in order to resolve it, but so far, nothing at the point of recording this video has been given out information-wise. So I really hope that by the time I get this video out, that there's an update and I can point the link to that, and obviously people are back. I would say top tip in the future is that if you have two devices, make sure that you have got the game, and then try and kind of grind out on those two devices. I run an Android device and I run an iOS device, and at the same time I try and change the network, so I've got two different networks in them. Or maybe then having a device that doesn't require any kind of cellular or network connections. It's just kind of foolproof. It's like idiot proof for like Kabam's like side of things. They'll push out a game like update, and if it doesn't work on one, then it'll work on another. You know, Android it will work one week and then iOS another. So it's just making sure I've covered my back, because I want to continue grinding on the game regardless of any BS like this. My final thoughts on this is it's incredibly disappointing to see something like this happen, and for the people on T-Mobile and experiencing this problem, I hope that you do indeed get kind of compensation for this. Not everybody else, but just the T-Mobile people that are suffering, because like me having without the game for about 12 hours is just, you know, I don't like it, and you guys are probably like, I really want to get back on, and you got Alliance Quest to do. Like, how did you guys suffer through Alliance Quest not being able to do it yesterday? Yeah, like thoughts go out to you, and hopefully it's back fairly shortly. Our next story is 6 stars, and obviously, yeah, it's like, it's cool they've come into the game. I myself, like, I think my plan is to go on the second pool and have like 2 crystal goes, as I think that I'm not really won over by these. I thought they were good. It was a good starting pool, but it's not something that I'm probably going to save my crystals and do like a double 6 star once I've completed Act 5, and then yeah, double 6 star for the second lot of pool of this, and see what we get, because then that's going to be pretty tasty. But a lot of people are getting different things. Seaton got Red Hulk. I know that Brian got Nebula. It would be really good to see if we can do a poll and see like who got what in what kind of percentage and strength. I may start one of those polls and see like who got what, because like it'd be cool to see like, okay, so a high percentage of the community got this champion, another one got that champion. I'm quite jealous of the person who got a Captain America World War II. Very jealous, so well done if you got him. Our next story, and I really didn't think I'd be talking about this again. Captain Marvel's SP2. This has been a long ass time. And you guys know, if you like follow the channel, you know I've got my rank 4 Captain Marvel. I'm pretty proud of her, to be honest. She's kind of like steered me through a lot of difficult content, and I think she's a pretty solid champion. But again, that's my opinion. A lot of people will kind of like differ with regards to that. But the main thing is that the SP2 has not worked for a long time, and this was given as a message yesterday by Command Mike, who said that finally we are going to get something with regards to an improvement to this SP2. So how they're going to change it with the animations, that is going to be interesting. Hopefully the pacing is there. I did say if like you didn't really need to mess around with the animations if you make the SP2 unblockable, which then would make for a really kind of like top-notch champion and a top-notch cosmic champion. But it's not. I don't think it's something that's ever going to happen. However, though, if the animations are better, then hey, I'm all for that. And our final story is that Hulk Ragnarok has entered the crystals, and it's a champion that looks on paper and also like the way he kind of like acts and moves is pretty cool. Like since this was teased or kind of fake, well, I thought it was fake news at the time, so obviously I got that wrong, but it was a case we didn't really know whether we were getting it, but we are, and that's great. Now this champion's entered the featured, and at the same time has entered the featured Grandmasters. And I probably will do some featured Grandmasters. I may buy them and wait until my throat clears up and then do a crystal opening. I haven't really decided. Either way, I'm pretty excited for this champion. With the digital release of Hulk, Thor Ragnarok coming is kind of like good. It ties in quite well with the hard release coming in March next month. So it's kind of good to have this this kind of like a bit of excitement and buzz, especially with the Black Panther being released, and the way they've amalgamated the two kind of like things going on is pretty darn decent. So yeah, there we go. That has been the news. And even though it's been a slow news day, it's quite late on a Thursday in the UK, I am going to get this video out and I'm going to have an early night, and hopefully it's the case this throat clears up, because I was planning on hitting it hard on my YouTube day on Friday and getting some content out. So fingers crossed for the throat, and obviously fingers crossed for doing some Grandmaster Hulk crystals, and fingers crossed as well for luck with regards to like tech. Because I was meant to stream last night. If anybody's following me on Twitter, you'll know I was just about to go live, and then Windows did some kind of strange update, and then when it got back on, everything was ruined. So I really would have liked to have streamed and done some uncollected, and then I would have liked to have done it tonight. But my throat is just about to give up. So thanks so much for watching this MCC news. I shall hopefully see you when I'm better, and I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye bye. Good evening. For now.